Your open plan office isn't a battlefield, yet the emotional fallout can feel like one. Deadlines volley overhead like arrows, feedback meetings mimic skirmishes, and promotions are conquered territory. Today we borrow shields and stratagems from Socrates, Aristotle, Epictetus, Heraclitus, Marcus Aurelius, and, yes, even Machiavelli to learn how cool detachment can propel a modern career. Let's step into the arena. Corporate life is the new polis, a city-state bound not by stone walls but by Slack channels, quarterly OKRs, and unspoken alliances. Promotions hinge on performance and politics. To thrive, you need the calm eye of a philosopher and the strategic spine of a prince. Know thyself to steer thyself. The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates. Before you reply to that passive-aggressive email or volunteer for another Death March sprint, ask, why am I doing this? Is it curiosity, approval-seeking, or fear of missing out? Examine motives, and ego untangles from execution. Anyone can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, at the right time, for the right purpose, and in the right way, this is not within everybody's power. Aristotle. Detachment isn't apathy, it's precision. Anger can be premium rocket fuel, as long as you direct the thrust. Picture the last meeting that went nuclear. Rewind it in your mind. The raised eyebrow, the clipped tone, the racing heart. Now replay it in slow motion. Where did emotion hijack reasoning? That instant is your dojo. Train there. When tension spikes, silently label the feeling. Annoyed, 8 out of 10. Naming emotion lowers its volume. Then choose action. Don't drift into reaction. Events versus opinions. It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Epictetus. A surprise reorg drops without warning. Half the team feels betrayed. The other half sees fresh opportunity. The event is neutral. The story is yours to write. Character is destiny. Heraclitus. Metrics shift, managers rotate, markets wobble, character compounds. Colleagues remember the calm problem solver who radiates steadiness when Slack melts down. End each workday by listing 2 events you misread emotionally, perhaps a curt message you took as criticism or a silence you mistook for indifference. Rewrite each story in neutral language. At 10 a.m., message arrived without emoji. Do this for 30 days. Watch knee-jerk reactivity fade. The Stoic Toolkit. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism is mental minimalism. Strip away what you cannot control. Office gossip, market downturns, leadership churn. Spend energy only on what you can shape. Your craft, your conduct, your cadence. Seneca asks, how much time has been lost to groundless fear? Audit your calendar. Notice how frequently you ruminate on others' opinions. Silent meetings replayed, Slack threads second-guessed. Reclaim that mental bandwidth. Practical drill. Before presenting, draw 2 columns. Left, within control. Right, outside control. Speak only to the left column. The right column can't fire you. It's just noise. Enter Machiavelli. Niccolò Machiavelli wrote The Prince not as a villain's manifesto, but as a survival guide for power structures. It is much safer to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. In corporate terms, predictability earns respect faster than perpetual agreeableness. Love is fickle. Reliability is currency. Do what you promised, when you promised, at the standard you promised. Colleagues will label that consistency trust, and trust often masquerades as reverent fear. One must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. Fox mode. Spot a teammate inflating deadlines or burying bad news. Discreetly collect evidence, status reports, sprint boards, or code commit timestamps, email threads, and feedback from stakeholders. Lion mode. Present the facts calmly and firmly. Our deliverables slipped by 23% due to undocumented scope changes. No finger wagging, just clarity. Men judge more by the eyes than by the hands. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Curate optics. Concise status updates, documented small wins, visible dashboards. Detachment lets you design perception without emotional leakage. Machiavelli's final warning: a prince who relies entirely on fortune will fall when fortune shifts. Translation: good quarterly numbers bought by luck are brittle. Buttress luck with relentless competence. Stoic mind, Machiavellian spine. Fuse the ancients into a single operating system. Examine motives like Socrates. Calibrate emotions like Aristotle. Separate fact from judgment like Epictetus. Live the discipline of Marcus Aurelius. Focus on the controllable. Ignore the fog. Craft perceptions and wield strategy like Machiavelli. Stoic mindfulness prevents ego overinvestment. Machiavellian method converts clarity into influence. 3-step framework. Pause. Name the gut emotion. If you can label it, you can lead it. Reframe. Ask, is this fact or opinion? Strip the drama. Project. How will this look tomorrow, next quarter, next performance review? Choose the response that ages well. Use the framework before every high-stakes email, meeting, or negotiation. With practice, thinking becomes habit, habit becomes character, and character shapes destiny. Heraclitus again. Building alliances without attachment. Friendships should be formed after careful testing, but once tested, be steadfast. Seneca. At work, alliances accelerate execution. Yet over-identification with any single faction backfires when politics pivot. Detachment means value in relationships without being owned by them. Tactical advice. Cultivate cross-functional friendships the way Greek generals forged pacts, shared victories, mutual recognition, strategic gifts. But keep decision-making anchored to principle, not popularity. If an ally strays into unethical terrain, detach swiftly and publicly reaffirm standards. Case study and cool picture. Dana, a senior product manager summoned to a hostile Q&A after her launch underperformed. She reviews our framework. Pause. Nerves identified as fear, 6 out of 10. Reframe. Failure data is fact. Blame swirling online is opinion. Project. How will a composed response look to leadership tomorrow? In the meeting, Dana presents verifiable metrics. Adoption rate, retention curve, qualitative feedback. She proposes a remedial sprint, cites opportunity cost if delayed, and thanks critics for revealing blind spots. No excuses, no retaliation. Board members later cite her poise as the reason to entrust her with a critical initiative. Stoic mind plus Machiavellian delivery, modern win. Guardrails against cynicism. Detachment can slide into cold manipulation. Aristotle reminds us virtue sits between extremes, apathy on one side, hysteria on the other. Guardrail 1. Treat long-term trust as a key performance indicator as tangible as revenue. Guardrail 2. Use influence to elevate team outcomes, not just optics. Guardrail 3. Review wins quarterly. Did strategy serve both purpose and principle? Adjust, if not. Marcus Aurelius preaches, integrity and honor. Let these be your fortress. Machiavelli counters that outward appearance suffices. The synthesis. Practice real virtue, then communicate it effectively. Substance first, optic second, never reversed. The ancients arm us with reflection. Machiavelli arms us with direction. Blend both, and you'll navigate corporate currents with composure and clout. Practice the fox-lion duality with a stoic heartbeat, and your career becomes anti-fragile. If today's wisdom resonated, subscribe for more ancient wisdom, modern wins. Your next promotion may depend on the next episode.